the giveaway. Sorry about that. And let's go down to the first item, which is narrowing down your product opportunities to the top three. And we're actually going to use a real filled out spreadsheet, like I said. So I'm just going to get out of this presentation and I'm going to go to this spreadsheet right here, as you can see on my screen. So this is a sister who was watching our 4 videos, and she filled out her spreadsheet. She did a really good job, following all the steps of really taking the time and putting the effort to fill it all out. As you can see, she even color coded the entire thing, so it's pretty awesome. So I took a look at this. Obviously, if I did this all live, here on this training, it would take forever. It took me at least a couple of hours to actually go through this entire thing. And so I'm just going to give you a brief, just the methodology that I use, to narrow it down. So the first thing I did, as you can see here, I added a column after the 3 price product columns, and I averaged the price out. So basically, I added this formula where you're adding, uh, columns D, E, and F in that row, and you just divide that total or that sum by 3, and then you get the average price. So that'll give you a good idea of what the average selling price could be, what you could place it at. So that's the first thing I looked at, right? And again, for those of you wondering, okay, well, the keywords are showing or the products are showing, I actually purposely showed those that I felt like wouldn't be good opportunities, because on this training, like you can take the idea if you want, but the ones that are showing are not recommended. The ones that are whited out that you can't see are the ones that were actually good potential opportunities. So the first thing I did was I looked at the weight, because the weight is an easy one to kind of look at and kind of filter out based on the weight. So for example, this product, that's 4 pounds, right? If we're looking at row 6, it's 4 pounds. The comment I put here that is that it's too heavy, right? So immediately I took that one out. Similarly, you can do that with any one of these columns. If the average price, for example, is too low, right? We look at the last one, the shower curtain hooks. The average price is $7.55. So I know that that is not going to work because it doesn't even fall into my criteria. And so I put right here in the comments, in the notes, price too low. So I would advise you to create a final sort of column, an extra column here. I believe shipping weight wasn't even on the spreadsheet that we created for you. So she added this, which is very good on her part. But again, add the notes, and then you can start adding comments based on what you see in the row for that keyword or for that product. The ones that are in dark red here, the ones that are in solid red, those are actually the products that were either on the list of 50 or so products or 40 or so products that we attached under video 1 that you should avoid. So it was part of that PDF. So barbecue gloves, for example, I believe is on that list. Muscle roller, I think the foam roller was the one that was on the sheet, but this is very close to that. And just by looking at it earlier today, I know that it's an extremely competitive space. And that's the reason we want you to stay away from those specific products and markets, because we know that they're completely full. And especially for you just starting out, who is not extremely well versed in the business yet or in marketing and promotion of the product, we'd strongly urge you or recommend that you stay away from those categories. Similarly, any of the other dark red ones, the solid red ones, we advise you to stay away from those, just based on what we know and our knowledge and expertise, experience. Okay, so let's just start from the bottom and go upward, right? So I looked at the wire cutter, right? So the wire cutter, again, the price was pretty low. As you can see, even one of the products is at the price point of $541. So I kind of knocked that one out. And then I went up and I looked at the water spout cover. And what I noticed about the water spout cover is that you would be competing against major brands if you went into this. So there were like Sesame Street, kind of spout covers. They were, the Elmo one was there, and this and that. And so those are like major, brands, are associated with major, organizations or brands that you probably won't be very successful in competing against. Going up to the travel document organizer, the BSRs are too low. As you can see, we said between 0 or 1 in 3,000. These are all, only one of them is under 3,000, and it's even on the higher end, it's close to 3,000. And so just based on the BSRs, the rankings, I completely knocked that one out. The next two are actually good. And of course, we're not showing the name so that we can maintain some privacy for the person who shared the spreadsheet. But again, the price point, they both average prices look pretty good. They're on the same range. The BSRs for both products, all three of them are very good. Even though this one for the top product is 3,300, the other two are very strong, and this one's close enough to 3,000. And we can see that the number of reviews isn't crazy all across either. 300 or so reviews for two of the products is not bad for this top one, and then 1250 is bad. But again, it's not two of them being at 300 is not bad at all. And similarly, same thing for the bottom one. But the thing is that in terms of these two, I would definitely go with the top one over probably the bottom one, just because of the search volume, right? This keyword traffic using merchant words shows us that so many more people are searching for this top product than this bottom one. And so just based on that, I'd probably go with that one. But both of them are still potential good opportunities. The next two like I said, knocked out. The next one here, 1.2 pounds, 29,000 search traffic. This one was pretty good too in terms of price point. The rankings, as you can see, are excellent for this product. And the reviews are a little bit high, but just based on the market and the other listings and the weight, I felt like this could be a potential good opportunity. The next one at 2.4 pounds is too heavy, right? It doesn't fall within our 1 to 2 pound criteria, so I knocked that one out, being too heavy. This one, the lunch bag. So this one has very high amounts of competition. The only way I was able to really tell that was to search lunch bag on Amazon. And if I looked at the amount of people that are doing this lunch bag, I saw that there was a lot of competition in the market, for this product. So I took that one out as well. I wouldn't recommend that. The next one is the baby phone. So again, a lot of times in the baby category, you'll notice that there's a lot of brands, right? There are major brands that are in the baby category. Not only that, but for this product, there was actually a lot of variety. The baby phone, there were many different types of baby phone toys. So one looked like an iPhone, one looked like like a Nokia or whatever. So there were so many different types, and whenever you have a market or a keyword that involves a variety of one product, if you went with like a backpack, right? There are so many different types of backpacks, the different colors, the different designs you can have, right? The same issue comes with t-shirts and with a lot of clothing accessories. There are so many different colors and styles that you can have. That's probably not the best thing to do, because you can't really, there's no way to predict the amount of inventory you should have for each style. And if you can only provide one style, then that's probably not good enough to compete with other sellers who are able to provide many different types of styles. So that's what I saw in this product. The next one that was possible was the food scale. So we did this ourselves, during the 4-part training. As you can see, all the reviews for every one of these 3 products is over 1,000. That's a very large number of reviews. And that's why, just based on the number of reviews, there's too much competition, and you wouldn't be able to compete with this number of reviews. The next one after that is this one, which is 1.4 pounds. This name again is whited out. The price is good. The rankings are all under 1,000, which is excellent, and the reviews are low, right? As you can see, none of the reviews are over like the 500 to 600 mark. One of them actually only has 78, and there's a lot of search traffic for this product, and it's only 1.4 pounds, so it falls relatively within that criteria. And so this actually probably looks like one of the better, even the ones that are yellow, which means that they're potential good opportunities, or the final opportunities we're narrowing it down to. This looks like it might be one of the top ones, definitely one of the top 2 or 3. Next, we look at the coffee grinder. So coffee, again, is another kind of category that's really dominated by some major brands. There's a lot of competition. The other thing is the coffee grinder specifically is an electric product, right? It has a wire, and anytime you're ordering an electric product from overseas, it's kind of risky. You always want to make sure that you test it out yourself. You want to make sure that you know kind of the ins and outs and the technical side of it. And again, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the training, but staying away from electric products, especially for your first product, is preferable and is better. Just go with a simpler product that doesn't require that much technical expertise. Okay, then the next one is this one right here, 104,000 search traffic. We can see the reviews for the numbers 2 and 3 product, or the results, is not too bad. No, the first one is very high, but again, you can still compete with numbers 2 and 3 to get that market share, and the rankings are very, very good as well. So this looks like another very good opportunity to potentially go with. Um, okay, so the water filter pitcher was too heavy at 2.2 pounds, and there was also a lot of competition. We already mentioned the grill cover, which is too heavy at 4 pounds, and these other ones also, there was a lot of variety in the grocery cart covers. So again, grocery cart covers for babies. Again, it just deals with the gender, different colors, different kind of styles, designs on the actual product. Soap dispenser, there were major brands, right? Again, in the bathroom products, the kitchen and dining, there are a lot of areas where there are major brands competing in these markets. So you want to be aware of that and avoid those if you can. And then the baby carrier, which is the first one here on the list, there was a lot of competition. Just based on the reviews, you can see they're all around 1,000. So that was not recommended. So as you can see, basically from this list of 27 or so, I was able to narrow it down to 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 5. And now what I can do is take everything out, just have those 5 in front of me, and take it from there. So hopefully that helped. Again, it's very simple in terms of you just have to use what's in front of you, right? You use the criteria that's on this chart on the in these columns. Use some of the basic knowledge or criteria that you have to knock out some of them just based on one of the criteria. So if the weight's too much, then knock it out. If the reviews are too much, knock it out. If the price is not high enough, knock it out. That's kind of a good first step, and then get into some more detail from there. Start looking at the level of competition in the market, how many other sellers there are, how well they're performing, how good their listings are, how good are their images, and whatnot. How tough will it be for you to compete with them? That's all very important. So that's how we went about that. So hopefully that helped. Again, sorry that it seems kind of rushed, but again, we have very limited time in this training, and hopefully that gave you a little bit. Hopefully that was somewhat beneficial to you in narrowing down your product opportunities to the top 3. Again, even if you haven't done your spreadsheet, even if you haven't completed it or filled it out.